Hi everyone, welcome back in Java Mind Techie channel. I hope you all are doing well, and also I am doing well. So today agenda is very crystal clear. Not too much need to think about this agenda, right? So agenda is how we are going to introduce yourself in front of interviewer. That means technical panelist, right? So that's very simple, but you know what happened? It's looks like very simple, but many of candidates very hesitation before starting the interview. He and she doesn't know clear picture how they are going to introduce in front of interviewer. They will start discussion, and after some time they are moving here and there. He's not able to give the proper explanation yourself, right? So that I thought, so this discussion will those candidate who experience freshers, they nobody, so anyone, so if they are going to start their discussion, right? So definitely every interview ask first question, introduce yourself briefly. So what you have done, what is your response in your current project, lots of things, right? So the ones they are going to start, they're nervous. Okay, so that's why I thought this video will bring on and let that guys, so who will scared to start the discussion. So that means how they are going to start their interview. Okay, that means how these people are going to introduce yourself in front of the interviewer. Okay, so in that discussion I will let you know many things, right? But not need to discussion yourself only. Definitely they ask, their expectation is how your role and responsibility, what you have done, and what is your thought process once you are going to implement any project, right? So that's the lots of things coming. So you need to explain in such a manner so the interviewer appreciate your explanation, correct? They'll feel happy. Yes, this candidate what they have explained very neat and clean. If you explain neat and clean what you have done, what you are doing, and what you will do in future. Suppose once you got any assignment, once completion this work, suppose if you have some vacant times are there, so what you're going to do, what you will do, right? That main things, lots of things are there. So that main motto, so how you people are going to introduce in front of interviewer. That is the agenda today. It's very important. I am telling this question is very important. Why? Because many of candidate is confused. They are not starting properly. Okay, if started properly, so in mean they have moved here and there, not able to complete perfectly. Okay, so see, I will tell you lots of things how you're going to explain in front of the interviewer. Okay, so let's start now. So see, first you need to explain yourself. Means what? What's your name? Okay. Then after defining yourself, right? So then you need to tell what skill set you have. What skill set you have? Because as per your skill set, definitely you need to do the work. Correct? Because once you are going to join any company, so definitely some JD will be there, right? As per the JD, interview will ask the question. Okay, sometimes you know JD means just like job description. So for this JD, they are going to recruit you, right? Sometimes if, you need to know the Java, then Spring Boot, microservices, REST, and the Hibernate, and database. So a lot of things they given into the JD. As per the JD, they will ask the question, and you need to explain yourself accordingly. Correct? So you need to explain as per a skill set. What a skill set you have. Okay, you need to tell to them. After that, see, once you have done their skill set, then you need to do what your role and responsibility, right? So how you're going to start your implementation, then how you're going to test the application, then you're going to check the code quality, then you're going to deploy the code. Once you deploy the code, suppose if you may get any such type of issue or a bug, so how you're going to log in this issue. Okay, so lots of things are there. So now I'm going to explain. So how you need to tell. So first you need to tell, suppose myself XYZ, having experience as whatever XYZ, so 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, that you need to tell. So after that you need to tell as per my skill set. So Java, Spring Boot, microservices, REST, Hibernate with JPA, then different types of database I have used. Like that, suppose you need to tell like that. So I have used Oracle, MySQL, SQL Server, Postgre, and sometimes if you use frequently NoSQL, that's MongoDB, you need to tell to them. If you don't use frequently, so you can tell to them like that. I have partially implemented this thing. As per my POC level, I didn't use completely in the project level. If you don't know the respective topics, in that manner you can tell, because I know the POC level, I'm not exposure too much as per the project level. Okay, because they will come to know, at least you know the basic. That thing you need to tell to the interviewer. Okay, that is the completely you take a stack. Correct? See, suppose some candidate they are the full stack. Some candidate belongs to the full stack developer, right? So that means you need to explain as well. So I have worked as a front end side with the tech stack as CSS, HTML, JavaScript, and Angular or React. Whatever you have used the technology, you need to explain to them. That means if you used Angular, so sometimes they may ask which version did you use in your project. So you need to tell 11, 12, 13, 14 what you have used frequently in the project. So you need to tell that to the interviewer. So I have used that version in the project. So that is your front end side. I mentioned earlier that is the back end side. So these two things once you have completed, then you need to tell. So once we got the assignment from our Scrum Master, right? So in the team, one Scrum Master is there. So they are going to assign your work, right? Once the sprint has started, they are going to assign your work. Once you got the assignment in your bucket, so first so see, these parts I'm explaining under the role and responsibility. See, because they will tell you, and along with you explain the role and responsibility. In that way I'm going to explain here. Okay, so once you got the assignment, so what you will do, first you analyze the story, whatever the story came in your bucket. So first you analyze. Okay, once analysis is completed, we started the development. Correct? That is the process. See, that is a real-time explanation I'm going to tell here. Okay, what I'm going to tell you, so that is entirely real-time. Okay, so everyone who is developer, definitely they need to follow such type of things as a role and responsibility. Correct? So once you got the assignment, so you started the analysis. Once analysis has done, then you started the implementation. Correct? Once your implementation has done, then what you need to do? You need to do for testing, right? Definitely we need to test as per implementation. What we have implemented, it's working as expected or not. Because in the story it's mentioned acceptance criteria. The guy who is experienced, definitely you know all these things, right? So once in the story assignment, some acceptance criteria are there. As per acceptance criteria, we people are going to develop our implementation, that means code, right? Once implementation has done, we need to test our code. Okay, so test our code means what? So how we are going to test? So definitely some tools we need to use, right? So that means we are going to use the what? So different developer use different types of tools. Suppose some are going to use the JUnit. With they have JUnit, they are going to test their code. Someone is using the Mockito. Okay, someone going the Cucumber. So there are different types of tools are there. See, also very concentrate. What I'm telling the tool name: JUnit, Mockito, Cucumber. So all things that very carefully listened by the interviewer. So this guy used which tool? Because according to that, they may ask the question. What you have explained in your introduction, according to that, they may ask the question. So you're very careful. Once you're going to explain the technology in front of interviewer. Okay, what you know very well, only that thing you need to include in your introduction. Otherwise, you will exclude. Don't tell to them. Okay, so that is my suggestion. So you will tell. So with this tool, JUnit, Mockito, Cucumber, what you use, that thing you need to tell. So with this tool, I have tested my application. Once our application is tested as expected, as per our implementation, then second step, what we are going to do, we are going to check our code quality. Okay, that is the process. Once you're going to do any implementation, what the process we need to follow, that thing I'm telling. Okay, once you have done the testing, we need to do the code quality check, because as of now real time, so every company has standard. Once you're done the testing, you need to test your code quality, how much your code quality is effective up to marks. Okay, that purpose you need to use different tools are there, but what I will tell you, you need to tell to them I'm going to use SonarLint. So with the help of SonarLint, I'm checking code quality. Some company has standard 85%, some 80, some 90. It depends upon the company standard. Okay, how much percentage they need to tell you, to up to that percentage you need to check the code quality. If the code quality is below than this, you people are not able to deploy the code in the respective region. Respective region means dev region, QA region, SIT, UAT, pre-prod, prod, that the region are there. So they will tell you if your code is not up to some level, that is a percentage, 90% is code is not well qualified, you are not able to deploy the code. Deploy the code means we are not move the code in the respective region. Okay, so that thing also you need to tell to them. Once suppose if you have written very properly the code, what the expectation as per implementation, it's good, definitely your SonarLint code quality will be passed, right? That means suppose 90% it passed. Once this code quality is well proper checked, then what you need to do, you need to deploy the code, right? So we know very well what for deploy purpose we are going to use Jenkins CI/CD pipelines, right? So lots of things are there. So with the help of that Jenkins CI/CD pipeline, and then lot of things are there. So if you are going to use the Docker, Kubernetes also involved in that. Once everything is done, okay, so your code will be dished in your respective region. So what I mentioned earlier. So lots of regions are there: Dev, QA, SIT, UAT, and pre-prod, prod, like that, right? So different region. So this code will be deployed that region. Okay, so once you have deployed this code in respective region, so what is your main ambition? Ambition is what you have done the implementation as per your story. So this is effective working in every region or not. Suppose as an example, if you are taking the code as a dev region, correct? So you are going to test this API, what you implemented, what the functionality, you are going to test with the help of API testing tool. That API testing tool is means what? Suppose you are going to use the Postman. Once you will use this API testing with the help of Postman, suppose sometimes you may get 200 that means response, that means success response. So you may feel very happy. So what we have done, it's as expected, response is coming, but sometimes bad luck, bad miss, so our response is not coming properly as per our expectation of the requirement, correct? That time don't regret, don't lose your hope. So what you need to do, I'm just going to explain. So for that purpose, so what you have logging tool, right? So if you may get any issue, so that time you will have the logging tool. So that logging tool is Splunk. Generally in IT industry people are using for tracking the log. Suppose if you may get any issue, so you need to find out the log first. You need to check with the log with the help of Splunk. Okay, so you need to go in the Splunk portal as per your API what is implemented. So the people who have already used the Splunk, you know very well, right, how you are going to check the log. Okay, I will explain this Splunk as well in coming video. So how we are going to check the log in the Splunk. But as of now, I'm going to explain only introduction part, right? So that's I'm telling you. So what? So only you need to check the log with the help of Splunk, in which place this issue is arising, right? So you need to check the log, we need to find out, and you need to debug, and you need to find the solution for respective issue. Then you need to again same process, need to redeploy, and you need to check so what the issue was coming earlier, this may resolve or not. Once it resolve, you'll feel happy. If not resolved, might be this changing, if might be other issue may come, might be sometime happen. What you have done the changes, due to this some other issue may arise. So again you need to check the log, you need to fix unless you are not, your result is coming properly. That thing. So Splunk is generally using for a logging tool. But in the microservice level, also we are going to use the ELK. Okay, ELK is also logging tool only. So in the microservice based, okay, so that means ELK means Elastic, Logstash, and Kibana. That thing also I will explain briefly in coming video. So only I am telling you now. So how you are going to track the logs in microservice based? Some company, some project are going to use the ELK tool. So with the ELK tool as well, we are going to track the log. See, people, what I'm going to explain here, so each and every some technology are there. Splunk, ELK. So all these things, if you will tell to the interviewer, definitely they will feel happy. Why? Because this guy knows all these things, right? Because if you use, only you will know, right? Then only you can tell to explain to the respective interviewer. If you don't know, we will not explain, right? Suppose if you explain lots of things, definitely they will appreciate your explanation. Yes, this guy lots of things he knows, right? So that's I'm going to tell you this thing. Okay, so once you will tell this thing, so once we have checked the login with the help of ELK as well. Okay, so that is the our briefly introduction in front of interviewer. Then what you will tell? A part of that, I have used different types of design patterns, right? You know very well design pattern in the sense we will have 3 types of design patterns, right? Creational design patterns, behavioral design patterns, structural design patterns, right? So under this different design patterns coming. Also I will explain all the design patterns in coming video. Lots of things are there, guys. So don't confuse. Only will watch all the video very carefully. Don't skip. Okay. So you will get more knowledge. What I'm going to explain, all the real-time experience. This thing also coming under the real time. Okay. What I have faced. So that thing I am telling you now, right? So once you will do first time, right, you may face, but the next time definitely you will feel very enjoy. Okay, so different design patterns are there. Interview also may ask if you're going to tell to about the design patterns. Definitely they will jump into the design patterns part. So you need to be very careful. Once you're going to explain the design patterns part, so what you know very well, that thing only you need to tell to them. Otherwise, they will do left and right. This question, that question, they will ask lots of questions regarding design patterns. So whatever you're going to explain in front of interviewer, you need to tell very confident. If you know, if you don't know, please don't include. I'm repeatedly telling to you, don't include these things. Okay, so you'll tell. So different design patterns also I'm using in my project and my application as well. The project application both are same only. So a part of that, what you have more confident topics. Suppose if you're going to use SPIN security, you tell to them, I am using SPIN security as well. Okay. So data structure. If you are the beginner about data structure, you tell to them, I am the beginner in the data structure part also. But if you are hands-on experience on data structure, you tell to them, I am more hands-on experience on the data structure. A part of that also, your different tools are there. If you're going to use it, that is Git, Bitbucket, Bamboo, Maven, Gradle, different type of tools are there, which is commonly used in every project, right? So that thing also you need to tell. So that thing, if you will tell, and last but not least, and also if you know, as of now, a very important part, cloud, right? If you know very well AWS, GCP, Azure, if you know basic or hands-on, if you know basic, just tell to them, I'm the POC level, I know this cloud technology also. If you know hands-on, you just tell to them, I'm the hands-on experience on respective cloud. That means AWS, GCP, Azure, whatever you comfortably you know, and you're going to do the work. That thing you tell. If you know only POC level things, you just tell to them very clearly. So according to that, they will ask the question. Okay, so lots of things are there, guys. So if you will explain according to my explanation, so what I have explained you, definitely they will appreciate. Because sequentially, what I have mentioned you, all the things are sequentially. Why? First development should be complete, then testing will become, then code quality check will become, then deployment will come. Once deployment, then will come to know any issues coming or not. Once any issue is coming, then you're going to check the log, right? Then you'll resolve the issue. That is a repeated process. Everyone is doing same thing, but what I explain you, that is sequential manner. One by one step coming. Not that you will tell to I'm going to deploy the code. I know this thing. No. You need to tell sequentially. If you're going to sequentially to the interviewer, okay, definitely they'll be appreciate you because you have done the work in real time perfectly. Okay, so that's completely entire. The thing is about introduce yourself in front of interviewer. If you explain in that such a manner, what I explain you, definitely I'm telling the interviewer appreciate a lot. They will not ask a explanation explain in more time. Okay, definitely they'll appreciate in front of you. So how we people are going to introduce in front of interviewer. Okay, and if you like this video, please like, subscribe and share among your friends, and let me know also guys in comment section if you people get any issue, any suggestion, just drop me in my comment. Okay, so Amit, we are stuck in that place, so please do the video in such a manner so we'll understand a lot. But as per my level base, I am going to give good content but will very benefit for you for your entire career understanding the thought process. Thank you guys, bye bye, we'll meet in next video, bye.